So Sharon, there was a story that you were getting flirty.
I think if we haven't dated so far, we're probably not going
Well, why not? He's a good-looking guy.
What jaw-dropping truth has Sharon Stone just spilled at 66 that has everyone talking? In a bold move, she's finally addressing the long-standing rumors, and it's even more shocking than you'd expect. People have been speculating for years, but what has she just confirmed? You won't want to miss this. Watch now to get the full story. In the quiet town of Meadville, Pennsylvania, on March 10, 1958, Sharon Von Stone came into the world as the second of 4 kids. Her mother, Dorothy, juggled life as an accountant and homemaker, while her father, Joseph, worked hard in a factory as a tool and die maker. Life in Meadville was simple, but it wasn't without its struggles, ones that would shape Sharon into the strong, determined woman she is today. Even as a little girl, it was clear Sharon wasn't like the other kids. She was exceptionally smart, so much so that she was walking and talking before her first birthday. By the time she started school, her intelligence was undeniable. She was always buried in books, drawn to the world of stories more than childhood games. With an IQ of 154, she stood out, but not always in a good way. Instead of admiration, her intelligence often led to loneliness. Other kids found her intimidating, and making friends wasn't easy. But being a genius didn't make life at home any easier. Money was tight, with 4 children to raise, and Sharon saw firsthand how hard her parents worked to keep the family afloat. Her dad put in long hours at the factory, while her mom did whatever it took to make ends meet. That sense of financial pressure shaped Sharon early on, teaching her to be fiercely independent. But financial struggles weren't the hardest thing she faced growing up. Sharon's childhood carried a dark and painful secret, one she wouldn't speak about publicly until decades later. She suffered abuse at the hands of her maternal grandfather, an experience so traumatic that she blocked much of it from memory. It wasn't until she went through therapy as an adult that those buried memories came flooding back. In her memoir, The Beauty of Living Twice, she revealed the horrifying details. Not only was her grandfather abusive, but he constantly threatened to kill her. Even though she shared a room with her sister, Kelly, the trauma built a wall between them. She felt completely alone, unable to share her pain or ask for help. For years, she carried the weight of this nightmare in silence. But everything changed when her grandfather died. In her memoir, she described a haunting moment at his funeral, her grandmother locking the door and letting her and Kelly watch as his lifeless body lay there. It was chilling, but in a strange way, it felt like the end of a long, horrifying chapter in her life. Yet even with that darkness behind her, another struggle remained: her complicated relationship with her father. Joseph Stone was a tough, strict man. He had high expectations for his kids, but his temper often turned into physical punishment. For Sharon, it was yet another painful part of growing up. But one day, at just 14 years old, she decided she'd had enough, and she stood up to him. Looking her father in the eye, she boldly asked, "What's wrong? Do you need to hit me again to feel like a man?" Her words cut deep. In that instant, something inside him cracked. He broke down in tears, and Sharon, overwhelmed by years of bottled-up pain, told him the brutal truth. She had never loved him and never would. It was a moment that shook him to his core. From that day on, he never raised a hand to any of them again. Despite everything she had been through, Sharon found comfort in her studies. School was both a sanctuary and a battlefield. Academically, she thrived, but socially, she always felt like she didn't belong. Other kids teased her for being smart, calling her names like know-it-all and weirdo. On top of that, she never saw herself as particularly attractive, often describing herself as awkward. While other girls obsessed over makeup and dating, Sharon buried herself in books, dreaming of a future beyond her small-town life. At just 15, she graduated from Seegertown High School through an accelerated program and earned a scholarship to Edinburgh University of Pennsylvania. It was an incredible milestone, but it didn't come without challenges. Being younger than her classmates only made her feel more out of place. She called herself a nerdy, ugly duckling and struggled to fit in. She pursued fine arts and creative writing, but deep down, something told her she was meant for something entirely different. As if home life and social struggles weren't enough, Sharon also had to deal with a terrifying accident. At 14, while trying to break a horse, the animal suddenly bolted toward a clothesline, causing a severe neck injury. The pain from that moment lingered long after the incident, serving as yet another reminder of how unpredictable and fragile life could be. It also deepened her feelings of isolation, making her teenage years even tougher to navigate. As time passed, Sharon felt more and more suffocated by her small-town existence. She was desperate to escape, not just from Meadville, but from the expectations placed on her, from the financial struggles, from always feeling like an outsider. She wanted more. She dreamed of something bigger. The only problem? She had no idea where to start. But how did a quiet, book-loving girl from Meadville end up in the glitz and glamour of Hollywood? Everything changed the day she impulsively entered a local beauty pageant. Friends and family encouraged her, seeing something in her that she couldn't see in herself. Hesitant but curious, she went for it, and to her surprise, she won. That moment wasn't just about the title, it was the first time she felt truly noticed. Winning opened doors she never knew existed, and before long she got an offer to model in New York. With nothing but a suitcase and a heart full of ambition, she left Meadville behind, ready to chase something bigger than she ever imagined. The moment she stepped into New York City, she was hit with a wave of energy unlike anything she had ever felt. The towering skyscrapers, the constant hum of traffic, and the sea of people moving at breakneck speed were worlds apart from the quiet, familiar streets of her hometown. She had left behind everything familiar for a world of endless possibilities, and while the change was thrilling, it was also daunting. Adjusting to this new life wasn't easy. Sharon's first steps in the industry were filled with auditions, casting calls, and plenty of rejection. The modeling world was cutthroat, and she quickly learned that setbacks were just part of the game. But instead of letting them break her, they only made her more determined. She spent countless hours refining her runway walk, mastering her poses, and studying the ins and outs of the fashion world. Her persistence finally paid off when the prestigious Ford modeling agency took notice. Signing with them was a game changer. It gave her access to major modeling gigs and cemented her place in New York's fast-paced fashion scene. As she graced the pages of top magazines and landed big campaigns, her confidence grew. Yet despite the glamour and excitement, something still felt off. Modeling had its perks, but it wasn't fulfilling her the way she had hoped. Posing for photos was fun, but she craved something more, a way to express herself, tell stories, and connect with people on a deeper level. That's when the idea of acting started to take hold. The thought of stepping into different characters, exploring emotions, and immersing herself in storytelling fascinated her. Once she made up her mind, there was no turning back. With the same relentless drive she had in modeling, she threw herself into acting classes, soaking up everything she could about the craft. But breaking into Hollywood wasn't a walk in the park. If she thought the modeling world was tough, the film industry was even tougher. At first, she only managed to land minor roles, often just blending into the background. Her very first appearance was as an extra in Woody Allen's Stardust Memories in 1980. It was barely a foot in the door, but it gave her a first-hand look at how movies were made. From there, she took on roles in films like Deadly Blessing, 1981, and Irreconcilable Differences, 1984. These parts weren't groundbreaking, but they gave her much-needed experience and kept her moving forward. Even with a slow start, quitting was never an option. Sharon treated every small role as an opportunity to learn. She studied veteran actors, listened to feedback, and constantly worked to improve. Slowly but surely, her hard work started paying off. The roles got bigger, her performances got stronger, and people started to notice. Then came the moment that changed everything. Her role as Catherine Trammell in Basic Instinct, 1992. The character was bold, enigmatic, and demanded a performance that oozed confidence and mystery. Sharon delivered something unforgettable, commanding the screen in a way few could. The film became a massive hit, and just like that, she went from a struggling actress to one of Hollywood's biggest names. Looking back, her rise to stardom was anything but overnight. It was built on years of perseverance, adaptability, and unwavering belief in herself. From the quiet streets of Meadville to the flashing lights of Hollywood, she faced every challenge head-on and refused to let anything stand in her way. And in the end, her dedication paid off, cementing her status as one of the most recognizable actresses in the world. But while her career soared to new heights, what about her love life? Did she find the same success in romance, or was it another journey filled with twists and heartbreak? Let's dive into the ups and downs of Sharon Stone's love life. After making her mark in Hollywood, Sharon's personal life, especially her relationships, became a hot topic of public interest. Her journey through love has been anything but ordinary, filled with whirlwind romances, marriages, and heartaches that all played a role in shaping the woman she is today. In 1984, Sharon tied the knot with television producer Michael Greenberg. The two first crossed paths on the set of The Vegas Strip War, where their professional relationship quickly evolved into something more. For a while, their marriage seemed promising, but as Sharon's career gained momentum, the struggle to maintain a balance between work and personal life took its toll. By 1987, they had separated, and not long after, their divorce was finalized. This first experience with marriage was an eye-opener for Sharon, teaching her just how challenging it could be to juggle professional ambitions with personal relationships. As her fame continued to grow, so did public interest in her love life. The late 1980s and early 1990s saw her entangled in a series of high-profile romances. In 1992, she had a brief but widely publicized relationship with country singer and actor Dwight Yoakam, a romance that quickly made headlines. That same year, she began dating producer William J. McDonald. Their connection was intense, leading to an engagement. But like many Hollywood love stories, theirs wasn't built to last. By 1994, they had called it quits, proving that even the most passionate relationships could fall apart under the pressures of fame and life in the spotlight. Then came a relationship that seemed to hold real promise. In 1998, Sharon married journalist Phil Bronstein, a well-respected executive editor of the San Francisco Examiner. Their love appeared to be strong, and together, they took a significant step toward building a family. In 2000, they adopted a son, Rowan Joseph Bronstein, marking one of the most joyful moments in Sharon's life. But despite what seemed like a stable and loving marriage, trouble was brewing beneath the surface. As time passed, their differences became harder to ignore, and in 2004, they officially parted ways. What followed was a difficult and highly publicized custody battle over Rowan, a heartbreaking experience that tested Sharon's strength, but also reinforced her fierce devotion as a mother. After her divorce, she continued her search for lasting love. Over the years, her name was linked to several prominent figures. Between 2014 and 2016, she was in a relationship with actor David DeLuise. Then in 2018, romance rumors swirled around her and Italian real estate mogul Angelo Baffa. These relationships brought happiness, but like so many before them, they eventually faded. Through all the highs and lows, Sharon has remained remarkably resilient. She has loved deeply, endured painful heartbreaks, and emerged wiser from each experience. Her romantic journey reflects the universal complexities of love: thrilling highs, devastating lows, and everything in between. With each relationship, she learned something new, whether about love, herself, or the importance of self-worth. Despite the heartbreaks, she has never allowed past disappointments to make her bitter. Instead, she has chosen to keep believing in the power of love and the beauty of connection. Her journey through romance is a testament to her optimism, showing that love, no matter how complicated, remains one of life's most defining experiences. She has navigated love's unpredictable twists and turns, but what happens when the greatest challenge isn't heartbreak but survival itself? Let's take a look at how Sharon Stone faced one of the most harrowing battles of her life. Just as she was embracing motherhood and personal growth, an unforeseen and life-threatening event shattered everything she knew, changing her world forever. In 2001, at the peak of her career, Sharon faced a life-altering crisis when she suffered a severe stroke caused by a brain hemorrhage that lasted 9 days. Doctors gave her an astonishingly low 1% chance of survival. The effects of the stroke were devastating. Sharon lost sensation in her left leg, experienced vision impairments, and struggled with speech difficulties, including aphasia and stuttering. Basic tasks that once felt effortless, walking, talking, and writing, became challenges she had to conquer from scratch. The road to recovery was grueling, demanding years of relentless effort, patience, and sheer determination. But the impact of the stroke went far beyond the physical struggles. Professionally, she found herself pushed to the sidelines in Hollywood, her once thriving career now in jeopardy. Financial difficulties followed, adding another layer of stress to an already overwhelming battle. On top of that, she faced an emotional custody battle over her son, a heartbreaking fight that tested her strength in unimaginable ways. Through it all, Sharon refused to let her struggles define her. She committed herself to recovery, embracing the intense rehabilitation process with the same determination that had fueled her rise in Hollywood. Her journey is a powerful testament to resilience, inspiring countless others facing similar hardships. Today, Sharon stands as a symbol of perseverance. Her experience highlights the importance of recognizing stroke symptoms early and seeking immediate medical attention. She is passionate about raising awareness, proving that with support, dedication, and an unbreakable spirit, recovery is possible. And life can still be deeply fulfilling after even the most life-altering challenges. Emerging from her battle for survival, she didn't just reclaim her life, she transformed her struggles into a force for global change. So, how did Sharon Stone use her experiences to make a lasting impact on the world? Let's dive in. After overcoming her near-fatal stroke, she redirected her energy into activism and philanthropy, becoming a fierce advocate for women's rights, health awareness, and humanitarian causes. Even before her stroke, her passion for helping others was evident. In 1991, when her sister Kelly suffered a severe leg injury, Sharon co-founded Planet Hope, a foundation dedicated to supporting homeless children through various aid programs. Her advocacy didn't stop there. She has been a relentless supporter of HIV/AIDS awareness, dedicating her time and influence to raising substantial funds for research. In 2005, her efforts were recognized when she received the Harvard Foundation's Humanitarian Award for her contributions to AIDS awareness. That same year, she traveled to Israel, where she held a press conference alongside Nobel Peace Prize winner Shimon Peres, whom she deeply admired and referred to as her mentor, further demonstrating her commitment to global peace efforts. Her philanthropy also extends to education in Africa. In 2015, while serving as the guest of honor at the Pelosio Building Peace Award in Milan, she took it upon herself to initiate an impromptu auction, securing pledges to fund the construction of 28 schools, an incredible feat that showcased her unwavering dedication to making a difference. Sharon's activism reaches even further, supporting LGBTQ+ rights, disaster relief efforts, and animal welfare. Her compassion and determination to enact change have cemented her legacy as more than just a Hollywood icon. In recognition of her extensive humanitarian efforts, she was awarded the Peace Summit Award in 2013 for her dedication to HIV/AIDS advocacy and her broader philanthropic work. Through her relentless commitment to helping others, Sharon Stone has proven that her influence extends far beyond the silver screen. Her work continues to inspire countless people to take action and make a difference in the world. She's made an undeniable mark on the world through her activism, but when it comes to love, has she found the same success? Let's find out. Sharon Stone has never been one to hold back, and when it comes to dating, she's just as candid. The Hollywood legend has openly shared her thoughts on modern romance, including her experiences with online dating. She's never been one to shy away from calling out the absurdities of modern dating, and her experiences have been nothing short of wild. From encountering fake profiles to navigating the struggle of finding genuine connections, Sharon has seen it all. In a 2024 interview with The Times, she revealed the shocking level of misrepresentation she encountered, recalling one particularly jarring incident where a man looked nothing like his photos. Despite these bizarre encounters, she has always remained true to herself. "I go on as myself. It's not like I can fake it," she stated, highlighting her unwavering commitment to honesty in relationships. Her time on dating apps took an even stranger turn in 2019 when Bumble unexpectedly banned her account. Users, assuming her profile was a fake, reported it, leading the platform to shut her down. Not one to let things slide, Sharon took to social media to set the record straight. "I went on a Bumble, and they closed my account. Some users reported it couldn't possibly be me. Hey, a Bumble is being me exclusionary," she tweeted. The post quickly went viral, prompting the app to reinstate her profile and issue an apology. The incident shed light on the unique struggles celebrities face when trying to participate in everyday activities, even something as seemingly simple as online dating. Unlike many who turn to dating apps for casual fun, Sharon has always sought something deeper. She's never been one for surface-level interactions and has been vocal about her disinterest in fleeting connections. She once bluntly stated, "I didn't want to just go on Tinder and fuck somebody. It's not hard." In an era where quick hookups have become the norm, her perspective on relationships feels like a refreshing reminder that not everyone is looking for something temporary. After years of navigating the ups and downs of romance, Sharon has come to a decision. She's perfectly happy on her own. During a 2020 appearance on The Drew Barrymore Show, she made her stance clear. "I'm done dating. I've had it with dating. I just find people to be insincere and not worth my time," she declared. Rather than wasting energy on relationships that don't fulfill her, she chooses to focus on what truly matters: self-growth, motherhood, and the deep, meaningful friendships that bring real joy to her life. Her brutally honest take on modern romance has struck a chord with many who share her frustration. In a time when relationships often feel dominated by filters, facades, and fleeting connections, her candor is both refreshing and relatable. Sharon's journey through love, loss, and self-discovery is a testament to the idea that true happiness isn't about finding the perfect partner. It's about knowing your worth and refusing to settle for anything less than what you truly deserve.